Stop for a moment and think about the last time you felt stuck on your personal journey, unsure how to keep evolving without losing your way or your sense of self. In my years of exploring Carl Jung's profound psychological teachings, I've come to understand that maintaining the journey of personal growth is both an art and a science, deeply rooted in his concept of individuation. Jung saw individuation not merely as self-improvement, but as the conscious integration of all parts of ourselves, including those aspects we often reject or deny. This process is ongoing and requires more than just motivation. It calls for a committed relationship with your inner world and the symbols your unconscious presents. As I researched Jung's clinical cases, I found that many of his patients felt lost because they attempted to force growth or pursued change without acknowledging their shadows. Jung illustrated this with his patient narratives who encountered resistance not because growth was impossible, but because they neglected parts of themselves that needed recognition. In modern life, this can feel overwhelming with constant distractions and pressures that pull us away from inner reflection. It might seem impossible to sustain meaningful development, but Jung's insights reveal why this matters now more than ever. Because losing touch with our inner self can lead to a pervasive sense of meaninglessness and fragmentation. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel the weight of this truth. Jung discovered, real growth demands patience with the unconscious processes and openness to transformation, even when it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. A core part of Jung's theory teaches us that our psyche speaks in symbols and dreams, which act as guides for our personal evolution. When people ignore these messages or rush past them, their growth falters. I have studied how Jung emphasized the importance of engaging with these unconscious communications through what he called active imagination. This method involves dialoguing with your inner images and feelings, creating a dynamic relationship rather than passively observing them. Imagine the profound example Jung shared about a patient who, through dreams, grappled with a dark figure representing a hidden part of himself. When she bravely explored this image in waking meditation, she began to integrate aspects of her own fears and desires, which unlocked new layers of self-understanding and resilience. In practical terms, maintaining personal growth, according to Jung, is a cyclical process. It demands attention to your conscious intentions as well as ongoing receptivity to unconscious input. Combined, they foster an authentic path forward, unlike any superficial self-help tactic. On the historical development of Jung's thought, he moved from analyzing symptoms toward unveiling the entire psyche's architecture, which means growth involves both recognition and transformation of your persona, your ego, and your shadow. Jung contrasted this with Freud's focus merely on symptom relief, highlighting that your unconscious itself holds the potential to guide healing if you listen attentively. Today, this translates into embracing practices like journaling dreams, paying attention to recurring life themes, engaging in meditative contemplation, and cultivating meaningful relationships, all interpreted through a Jungian lens. I have observed that those who sustain growth incorporate such methods consistently because they align with how the psyche naturally unfolds. Jung provided us with practical tools to maintain this journey. His approach is neither dogmatic nor one-size-fits-all, but flexible and deeply personal. One pivotal practice I help people apply is shadow work, which involves patiently naming and accepting traits within ourselves we often disown. This might initially trigger discomfort, but Jung assured that only through embracing these hidden parts can we become whole. In addition, active imagination exercises offer a safe space to converse with inner conflicts and inspirations. Instructing yourself to record dreams and symbols daily creates an ongoing dialogue. With each session, you anneal your relationship with the unconscious and strengthen your resilience to life's outer challenges. Jung's belief in human potential is clear. Growth is a lifelong process that demands courage and compassion for the self. I encourage you to honor your unique timing daily and build rituals that anchor your exploration. So, next time you feel tempted to abandon or rush your development, pause and reconnect with your unconscious guides. What Jung ultimately wanted people to remember is that the journey of personal growth is not a destination, but a continuous deepening of self-awareness and integration. When you embrace this, you move toward a more authentic, balanced, and fulfilling life. Tomorrow, we will explore how do I conclude the first cycle and prepare for new topics, a question vital to understanding completion in our psychological work before embarking on fresh challenges, which Jung taught us is essential for true transformation. This next step builds directly on our conversation today because ending cycles well helps you avoid burnout and fragmentation as you continue your individuation process. I invite you to like and comment with your experiences of growth or questions you faced. Subscribing will ensure you don't miss tomorrow's vital insight. The journey is deeply challenging but profoundly rewarding, and Jung's wisdom lights our path in ways modern psychology often overlooks. I look forward to guiding you through these next discoveries with compassion and depth. End your day reflecting on this connection with your unconscious, because it is the foundation of your ongoing evolution. Until we meet again.